Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 11th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. First down here for the offense. Using his legs, it's Hill. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to throw on first down. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Alabama pushing the tempo. Wants to throw on second down. With the catch, it's Green. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions?
Fires the pass, intercepted. Ripping through the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Power football with the run. Showing off the arm. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
On the move. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road to 4th quarter.
Now on 2nd down. The give. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll run the quarterback sneak. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. You can hear yourself think on 3rd and goal.
How confident are you pounding the football? You get in this situation, 3rd down, you were very unsuccessful. It's 4th down, it's short. What's the play I know I can go to get this 4th down and get this touchdown?
And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Now, you feel pretty good about a quarterback sneak most of the time. Such a short yardage play. I just got to find a little crease and get through it. But this defense was more than ready for it. Built that wall up front. Nowhere to go, no push. Big stop by the D.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking to throw it. He makes the connection.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the 1st quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Touchdown, Irish! How about that D coming up with a play like that? What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point makes it 7-0.
That makes the score Notre Dame 7.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, got a lot of running room. He's inside the 40, the 20, Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. Alabama quickly back to the line. Touch pass on the run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. The 40, the 30. And a sensational return, and they finally stop him inside the 15.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
Here comes the offense on first down. Leaves it with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The give is to Williams. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
That makes the score Notre Dame 14, Alabama 0.
They're just about ready to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Gets it out fast. He's brought down solid. Pick up but a little bit short of the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on first and goal. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. On the move. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Powers through. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
The give to the tailback. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
Might as well give it to him again.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds space on the right. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The give is to Williams. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. The toss to the right. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Give to the running back. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Williams. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They've got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Really tough on offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes his connection.
And quarterback and dropping back, understand I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Fires to the big fella. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. They'll throw it on first down. Spits it out to the back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab down the middle. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Give to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on second down. Going deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. Looking for blockers. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here come the Irish, back on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Big time throwing that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent. He's got accuracy. And because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Going to the running game. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. Firing to the right, complete. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Takes the handoff. It's Bridges. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They go to the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And as an offensive... the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. They'll toss it to the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Liberty is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by 11 to Kennesaw State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback checking off. The play action fake. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man.
All right, for this offensive line now, you've got to gear up. You've got to really start to hone in, understand that if you don't start playing better and you don't start giving this quarterback time, trailing in the second half, needing to throw, you're not going to have a chance to win.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Notre Dame 21, Alabama 7.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's running in the open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
Here's the handoff. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Alabama quickly back to the line. Got his man quickly. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Quick completion to the right. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
Let's go.
He's got his man. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. Well, jet sweep pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Gets it out quickly. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. He wants it all. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the 4th quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
On the run, it's Bridges. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Five receivers across the formation. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Makes a grab over the middle.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Powers through the defender. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the 4th quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative, run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Looking to throw. Fires to the right. He's got an open man. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And he puts through the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Fires to the wideout. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And you want to still be aggressive. A lot of times aggressiveness is what gets you a lead, but at the same time, man, we got to take care of the football. We can't make dumb mistakes. Time and time again, you still are winning. I don't know if you know that. Look up on the scoreboard. You're still in the lead.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Yeah, just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. That's caught. It's Jefferson. Showing off that weight room work as he gets across the 20 and up to the 22. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll toss it to the left. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And he's thrown another interception. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Wants to go up top. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
One more play to pad the stats. On second down, they'll take to the air. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the punishment has been extended. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
35, Alabama, 7.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Got his man on the right. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People were fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left.